Can I move the water? No. There you go.
All right, we have 11 people already.
Wow, that was fast.
That was so fast.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys today? So we're just going to wait for a few more people. Actually, it's climbing pretty fast. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I have been doing my work since 1993. Here on my lives, I do a question and answer. So if you have any questions you want to have a psychic answer, I'm here for you.
All right, we've already got some questions coming
For sure.
in if we want to start.
Absolutely.
So our first question is from Desiree, who asks, will Jack and I get back together?
Yeah, I do hear that. So it's going to be kind of an on and off thing for a little bit, but it does feel like you guys are coming back together, okay? So just take every day one step at a time, okay, honey? Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question comes from Kenzie, who asks, have I met the David I'm supposed to be with in October, and when will I get a house?
No, I don't feel like that's the David you're supposed to be with, is what I'm hearing. So not yet. And I'm hearing the house is 2023, so it's next year for you.
All right.
All right.
Reb Knows One says, you told me I was going to sell my house over the weekend, and I did. Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, honey.
All right. Alicia C asks, do I have good news coming in?
Yeah, honey, you have a lot of change happening this year for you, so really be ready. I'm being told to tell you to buckle up, honey. So there's some things that you're going to have to clear out of your experience, and just know that it's making room for more things to come into your life, okay, honey? And some really big things this year is what I'm hearing.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
This person says, Trisha here, my nephew recently passed. Is he with my dad in heaven?
Yeah, honey, I feel like your nephew is around, not so much around you, okay? So just know that when you're with family and you're talking about him, he shows up, but I feel like he is with the other part of the family, is how it feels, okay? And on the other side, I do get the sense that he is with other family members, not just your dad. So it's like everybody there, okay?
All right.
You can ask him to give you a sign that he's around though, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Skylar asks, can you tell me about my spiritual path, guides, and gifts, please?
Absolutely, Skylar. So I heard right away that you're a starseed, honey. So if you don't know what that is, just Google it. There's lots of information about it. But basically what it means is your soul is not from here. You're from somewhere else, which is why you're so unique and so different, okay? Kind of helps to understand what we are and, how you can identify with being a starseed is that you have something big to do here, okay? And what I'm hearing with you is it's about supporting others, okay? So you're here to do some healing work. You're here to help with anchoring and supporting others. So you want to be taking a job that helps you to do that, okay, honey? It's really important. You're also very empathic, so I would learn how to work with that gift as well. Okay.
All right. We did jump up quite a lot.
Wow.
Do you want to
Yes,
go
we
over
did.
everything?
Good morning, everybody. So I'm Rebecca Dragonheart. For those of you who don't know who I am, for those of you who do, hi, welcome back. I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing my work since 1993. So I'm going to go through the whole spiel since there's lots of you on now. If you do want to book a private session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. You can also find it in my link tree if you're one of those that just wants to click a link. I'm also going to do my little announcement about my children's book. So I am publishing a children's book called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. It is exactly what it sounds like. So I'm just going to share a little bit before I go on about it. But when I was younger, I was 14, I had an experience where I actually went to the other side and got a lot of information about what the other side is like. And so this book is kind of a how to come here kind of guide. So if you're somebody who'd be interested in that, or if you think you have family members that would be interested in sharing that with their children, it's an understanding of the other side and the soul as it comes into incarnation. I am trying to get the first 2,000 sold. So if you do want to buy a book, you can do so on my website under The Little Light. All right. I'm also on YouTube and Instagram if you want to follow me there as well. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Our next question comes from Stephanie, who asks, will I get a good job in May? Please and thank you.
So Stephanie, I hear it's towards the end of May, okay? But yes, I do hear that you're getting into the field that you're trying to get into, and it feels like it's like a stepping into and stepping up, okay? So when they show me that, that means this is just kind of the ground floor for you, and you're going to work your way up, okay?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis asks, what do you see for my finances in the near future?
Okay, so I'm hearing a little bit, so at least it's before Christmas. So I'm hearing around October, November for you, there's a big influx. So it looks like there's going to be some surplus for you, okay, honey? You don't have to stress and worry. You spend a lot of time focusing your attention in the wrong direction is what I'm being told to tell you. So really focus on what it is you're trying to create for yourself. You are doing the right things to get that abundance flowing, okay? So just know that you're supported that way. I do see your finances next year is a big year, and then 2024 is like it's I can't even explain how good that financial aspect of your life feels. Okay.
All right. Veronica asks, why do I keep seeing 817, which is my birthday?
So well, 8 is the infinity number, so that's always a good abundance number. 17, when you break it down, it's also 8. So I'm going with it's 8. 8 is that infinity number, honey. So it's about you having this openness, first of all, to abundance. I think the reminder here is to be open. So when you're seeing that 817, know that this is the universe's way, your guide's way of reminding you to not have those blocked thoughts and be more open and receptive to the things that you're trying to encourage to come into your life. Okay, so it's literally 8 because when you put 7 and 1 together, it's an 8 as well. So it's abundance for you, honey. Okay.
All right. Brooke asks, will I buy my own home soon?
Not until 2024, I heard. Sorry, honey, but you will. I think for you, you have to get yourself in a better situation before you can do so. Okay.
All right. One moment.
That's okay. It takes it.
All right. Danielle asks, will David and I ever be in a relationship? And if not, will I find love again soon?
So I get the feeling that with you and David, it's more of this is platonic and friendship energy. Okay. I do feel that you are going to attract somebody. I'm hearing 7 months from now. So I'm going to say because April's over. So we're May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So before the end of the year. But yeah, you and David, honey, it feels platonic. That's a good thing though, because you'll have a friend for life. Yeah. All right.
One moment. All right. This person says, hi, Amy here. What is a good career path for me?
Okay, so Amy, with you, you're really good with people. I'm being shown that you should work in the field of helping others in, I'm going to go with HR office-y type stuff. Oh, thank you, honey. It really feels like that's more where you are strong in your abilities, okay? So if you don't already have HR training, I would go get that. And I really feel like in that direction, I feel corporate, okay? I know it seems like corporate, but it's different because you're working on the people side of things. Okay, you have to be helping people, otherwise you're not going to be happy.
All right. Crystal asks, is my mom around?
Yes, Crystal. Okay, so first of all, she tells me I send birds. I send birds to her all the time. There's feathers. You're finding them everywhere is what she's saying. Like, she's very adamant. I've been showing her I'm around. Makes a lot of noise, and I do feel like she puts her hand on your shoulder a lot. Okay, so she stands, literally showing me like she stands behind you with her hand on your shoulder, and she's watching over you and very supportive in her energy field. Okay, pay attention to the birds, because when you see the birds, it's almost her way of being like, hey, snap out of whatever it is you're going through. She tends to send them to you when you're hyper focused on the wrong thing. So it's her way of breaking you and snapping you out of it. I also do hear that she does visit with you in your dream time. Okay, you're very open to her, so talk to her more and ask her for specific signs. She'll show you. Okay.
All right. We jumped up a lot. If you want to go over everything again, it's the rules.
Okay. Yeah. So how it works here on my channel, guys, is if you can ask your question, give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but just don't spam. If you do have an obscure username, I always ask that you just put your initials or your name in with your question, okay? You can book a private session with me through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Also on there are other things that you can book. So you can do a private session, or you can do an email question, or you can join my members live, which is something I do once a month. This month is on the 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on those lives, you actually are guaranteed to get a question answered, which is why it's a paid subscription. I'm on YouTube and Instagram, and I am publishing my first children's book. So if you're interested in The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, which is exactly what it sounds like, please come and support me there. I'm trying to hit my first mark, which is 2,000 books sold. All right. Got it all right?
I do believe so.
I think so.
All right. We have our next question from Coco Chevy Love 777, who asks, "Is my dad around me? He passed from COVID, and I want to know if he's okay."
He's okay, honey. And I'm going to tell you something. So he's kind of surprised he passed. That's the first thing that I get. Like, he didn't really expect that to be the outcome. And I do get the sense that he's very much still trying to let you know, I'm going to be there around you, and I'm going to be with you for these big things that you think I'm not going to be there for you. Okay? He is around. There's a song that keeps playing, and the song, he's telling me this is a song that he uses, and it's the same song all the time. But it keeps playing, and every time I hear it, it's like, this is the reminder that I'm around, that I'm here with you, okay? So you need to start really paying attention, because that's his way of validating for you that he's still with you, okay, honey? He's going to be with you for all of the big stuff. So you haven't lost him. That's the main thing you need to hear, okay?
All right. Olivia asks, "Will Jose be a long-term for me? Is he really in love with me?"
Yes. So I'm going to say this. It feels long-term. I don't know that this is your forever, but it definitely feels like a long-term relationship. And I do get the sense that there is love there, not fully in love as you're asking the question, but getting there. Okay. So be open and receptive. This is a good relationship for you. It's going to really help break you free from old patterns is what I'm hearing. Okay. So I take it and run. Just be slow and steady. Don't push anything. Don't try to force anything. Just, enjoy the company.
All right.
Yeah.
Rose asks, "Will I have more kids with O? How many?"
So I do hear one more child for you, honey, and that's it. That's all you need. Too many, and then you won't be able to do the things you want to do later in life is what I'm hearing. So one more. So yes. Keep me posted.
All right. Krista asks, "When will I spend time with my grandbaby again?"
So it is this year, so don't worry about that. I do feel like there's some limitation between the time now, but I'm feeling towards the summer, okay, honey? So just anytime you get the chance, take it. Don't let anything kind of scare you out of it, or don't let any fear be in the way of it, if that makes any sense. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. It's always appreciated. All right.
All right. Jamie asks, "Will I be able to buy a house in New Jersey?" I believe is NJ.
Okay. Yes, I hear you will. It feels like it's early next year. Okay. So, thank you, honey. So it's not this year, but it feels like next year for you, for the one that you're looking for, or the one that's perfect for you. Okay.
All right. Emmy asks, "How will my career as a nurse in Germany go?"
Thank you so much, you guys. It feels really good, honey. And it feels like you're going to start kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, but I feel like you're going to get upgraded. So that means that you're going to be specializing somewhere along the line here within the next 3 years. It feels like you might be shifting into like NICU or something like that, okay? So you're specializing your skills. So you're going to start out kind of at the base, and it looks like you're going to have the opportunity to go up, which is usually a better experience, I think. I don't know much about nursing, but that's what I'm hearing for you. Okay, honey? All right.
All right. Our next question is from Ellen, I believe, and she asks, "Is working for my mom a good idea?"
Okay, so it is, because you guys will always have each other's back. But what I have to say is make sure that you stand your ground on things you believe in, okay? Because I don't want you to do something based off of something she wants, and especially if you have like reservations about it because of a logical reason, just make sure you express yourself properly with her, okay? So don't hold back when you need to express. And that's the message I get for you, okay? Thank you so much, honey.
All right.
Yeah.
Sky asks, do I have any special gifts, and is my granny with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a lot of people with you, actually. So they're showing me your space, and there's a lot of spirits with you, honey. So you're very open. I would consider you to be somebody who can communicate with spirit if you wanted to try to do so, okay? So a medium. You can look online for how to do that. It's quite easy for people like yourself, so I'm not too concerned that you're going to have a hard time with it. You've felt spirit your whole life is what I'm hearing. You're also very empathic, so working with that gift, and for you it's like, oh, thank you for the corgi, honey. I love it. That was Veronica, honey. Thank you, honey. So with you and your empathic abilities, honey, you're always right. So don't let people convince you otherwise. It's so important that you trust yourself. Your empathic abilities is the strongest part of your gift, so I'd work with that. And you have lots of spirit with you, so it's not just your grandmother.
All right. Our next question is from Heather, who asks, I'm desperate for a career change. Which direction should I go?
Yeah, and I'm being shown right away alternative, honey. So they're showing me you doing Reiki and doing healing with people. So it's opening up spiritually. Oh, thanks, guys. Opening yourself up to this alternative path. You can't do the way things have been done. So the next 8 months, specifically 8 months, they're saying is your training time, okay? So I want you to learn Reiki. I want you to learn about crystals. I want you to learn about sound therapy, aromatherapy, that kind of thing. That's where I'm being pushed to show you, okay? They show me you with your hands. That means you're a hands-on healer, honey. We all have the ability, but some of us are just born to do it, and you're one of those people. You know, your first thing you ever do when somebody gets hurt is you put your hands on them. Do you ever think, like, why do I do that? Because you know naturally your hand on there is comforting and it's healing, right? So that's where you need to be. Thanks,
all right.
guys. Yeah.
Yasmin asks, will I graduate this semester?
Yes, Yasmin, you will. Don't worry. You're very hard on yourself, so you are going places, honey. The next 2 years for you are big, so be ready, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Kayla asks, am I currently pregnant? If so, will it be a healthy pregnancy?
So I'm hearing 3 months for you, so not yet, okay, honey? And I do feel that it is going to be a healthy pregnancy. You're going to have a little boy. Okay? Keep me posted.
All right. Raven asks, should I continue my medical path?
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, Raven. You're going to get all... Oh, thanks, guys. You're going to get all of the education, and then you're going to do it differently. And they're not showing me specifically what that means, but it looks like you're going to incorporate medical and non-medical. So it's like medicinal and then medical together is what I'm hearing. So expand your horizon, because that's kind of the way that things are going. You're going to be a big part of that. So that's important to know. Okay?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Brianna asks, will Deshawn treat me right permanently this time?
Shoot. I got no. So, it's a pattern, it's a way of being, and it's a really difficult thing to change, okay? Although the intention is there, it's not easy to do, okay? Unfortunately, this is going to be like the last time for you, and then it looks like you're going to... That's it, we're done kind of thing. And I do see somebody else coming into your life that is a lot more in alignment with what you've been asking for, honey, but not yet until probably 8 months from now is what I'm hearing. Okay, thank you guys.
All right. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Jen asks, I lost my husband unexpectedly after 30 years. Is he watching over me and our family?
Definitely. So there is somebody in the family that he's very much keeping an eye on. Feels like a male energy is what I'm hearing, a younger male. Okay, so I do feel him around there as well, but always with you at night is what I'm hearing. Okay, honey. So he's been attempting to let you know that he's around. The main thing I'm going to say is pay attention to your dreams, because it feels like that's when you're easily opened, I guess. And so you allow him in. He hears you at night, by the way, because as you're laying down, you talk to him. Sometimes you don't say it out loud, you just say it mentally, but he hears you. And he wants me to tell you that he's always the one that you feel in the space at night, okay? So it's his way of validating that he's hearing you and he's there, okay, honey? He shows me him kind of, there's a darkened corner in the room, and that's kind of where he comes in. He doesn't stay there, but he comes in there, and then he always comes to you, and he's with you, and he communicates with you quite regularly is what I'm hearing, okay, honey? But it's mostly at night is when I feel him with you. All right. Yeah. Thank you for all those gifts, by the way.
Yeah. Our next question is from a gifter.
Oh, thank you.
Her name is, hi, I'm Kadeja, I believe is how you say it.
Okay.
And she asks, what do my guides want me to know?
Okay, so first and foremost, get out of your head, honey. You spend a lot of time overthinking, and so they want you to start feeling things and allowing things to come through you, okay? You are very intelligent, very smart, but you're not always syncing up your heart with your thoughts, okay? And I'm seeing you writing, so you should be journaling or you should be writing down your experiences so you can understand how your gifts are working, okay? You're very clairaudient, which means you hear things, okay? And a good point of that, or a good way to understand when you're hearing something, is if you have a question about something, you'll hear somebody as they're walking by kind of answer that question, or you'll get a commercial or a video or whatever, and it'll be telling you exactly the answer you need to a certain situation. So that's where you got to start really paying attention and stop overthinking it. When you get that information, you're like, is this something I'm just making up, or is this real? It's real. That's what they tell me to tell you. It's real. And you are very receptive, so you need to just start paying attention and keep track of it. Okay? Thank you so much, you guys.
All right. Our next question is from Casey, who asks, will I be able to get pregnant again?
Yes, Casey, I'm hearing 4 months for you, okay, honey? So give it some time. It feels like your body is stressed. So de-stress yourself, relax, get into meditative states if you can, and just, allow the process. It feels like 4 months from now is a better timing for you, though, okay?
All right.
Thanks, guys. It's so sweet of you.
Could you just remind people not to spam, actually?
So don't spam, okay, guys? Just ask your question. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but just don't ask it over and over again, okay? Thank you. Sorry. It gets really dry in here when I'm talking so much.
All right. Sam asks, am I pregnant with a boy?
Yep, it does feel like it. So make sure you keep me posted, because I love to hear it.
All right.
All right.
Oh, and Casey said, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome, Casey.
All right.
Little rainbows there.
Chantel asks, anything in my career or love life? Is moving to Georgia a good move for me? Pregnancy?
So I'm going to tackle a couple of those things, but not all of those things. So I do hear the move is a good idea for you, and it does look like your love life is improving, okay? If you're in a relationship, it doesn't feel like this is the one. It feels like you have somebody coming into your life by the summer this year that is really in alignment with you, honey, okay? So be open and receptive. Okay, thank you so much for the gifts, guys.
All right. Our next question is from Jazzy, who is a new gifter.
Oh, thanks,
and
Jazzy.
She asks, will I ever get my dream job as a writer for film/TV? Soon?
Yeah, it's not as soon as you want it to be. I'm hearing 2 years for you, honey, but what I would suggest and what I'm being shown is do some freelancing stuff. Okay, so that you have something on your resume that's really showing your abilities, okay? And I do hear it. It's going to happen within the next 2 years for you. So keep going at it, all right? Don't give up on that dream. All right? Thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to take another sip.
All right. Katie asks, will my family own our own home soon?
Yeah, I'm getting next year, okay? Oh, that's a cool one. So early next year is what I'm hearing for you, okay, honey? All right. Oh, that one's new. Oh, that's fun.
All right. Ingrid asks, would I move to another country soon?
Not until 2024, I'm hearing. The timing needs to happen in the right way, okay? And what I'm hearing is if you put the process in now, it's going to take time for paperwork anyway, okay? Oh, thank you so much, guys.
All right. Sorry, it just goes so fast.
I'll talk a little bit about everything because I'm sure that's new people again. So if you guys didn't hear about my book at the beginning when I was talking about it, I am publishing my first children's book. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. I had an experience when I was 14 on the other side. I'm also a certified hypnotherapist and have done a lot of regressions to kind of see what's on the other side. And so what I wanted to do was share my understanding of how our soul comes here and what it's like on the other side just before we come here, and then the experience of coming here. So if you are somebody who would be interested in that, or if you have family members that would maybe be interested in sharing that with their children, I am doing a crowdfunding campaign. We're trying to hit 2,000 books sold first. So if you want to support, just head to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and go under the little light to support, okay? You can also book a reading with me there as well, and there is a ton of testimonials and a little bit more about me on my website and about my bookings, okay?
All right. Our next question is from Rachel, who asks, should I stay at the school I'm at or transfer back to the school I had a hard time at?
Definitely don't transfer back, I'm hearing. It feels like you're going to be at this school one more term, and then you're going to be switching to a new one is what I'm hearing, okay? So you're not staying where you are, but I don't feel you going back, okay? I would definitely not go back. All right?
All right. Okay. Our next question is from Met or Mitty. I'm not sure how to say it.
Okay.
And they ask, will Soren and I reconcile?
So it does feel like there is communication happening. I don't know that it's going to be a full-on reconciliation is what I'm hearing, okay? So it may be that you're ready for that, but they're not, okay? So just, you know, in due time, maybe you guys can come back together, but I'm feeling not yet. It's not the right time for you guys. Thank you for the corgi. I like the corgi.
All right.
Yeah.
Tatiana asks, when will I go on a date with Jacob, who I met in January? I have the feeling he's the one.
So I feel a lot of great energy off of Jacob. It does feel like it's coming up for you guys. So I'm going to say it's around May, June. Okay. And definitely a good vibe for you, honey. So I would work at getting that one to work out. All right.
All right. Lindsay asks, any messages from Pops?
Okay, so super proud of you is the number one thing that I'm hearing. Lots of love around you, honey. And it's funny because you have a few people with you as well. And it feels like he comes in, but he's not the primary one that's there. There's a female energy with you, and that's the one that comes through predominantly. But I do feel like he's there for family things is the biggest thing, and pretty jokester with you. So it feels like maybe you guys had that kind of playful energy with each other, and that's just his way of showing me that it's him. You know, you guys were kind of kidding around with each other a lot. So I just want you to know that it's a lot of love that he's sending, and he's just kind of watching you. He's not in the way or controlling your environment. You know how they can be sometimes. So he's just sending a lot of support. Okay, honey? Thank you so much for those gifts, guys. Those were so cute.
All right.
All right.
Sydney asks, I just got a new job. Is this the right move for me?
Definitely. I'm hearing that, so about 7 months in, you're going to see yourself excelling, honey. Okay. So this is one that's a good stepping stone for you. It's not your forever job, but it is definitely going to give you the skills you need to move on and up. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys, honestly. All right.
All right. Maria asks, is somebody watching over me? Granddad?
So with you, honey, I want you to understand that you have a lot of spirit guides with you, but you also have angelic energy with you. And then I do feel like there's 3 people with you that have crossed over from your family is what I'm hearing. There's a really tall man. It could be your grandfather, but they're presenting very young. So coming through around 30 or 40 years old. They're very tall though. And the energy that I'm getting off of the family members is like they only visit you. They're not really there all the time. So when I see that, it just means you don't need them. Okay. But this angelic energy that I'm hearing, I'm getting, it's an archangel for you. So I would look into Archangel Raphael, and I don't know much about the angels, but that's who I'm being drawn to. So I want you to look into that and see what Raphael represents for you. Okay, honey, because that's the one that you should be communicating with the most is what I'm being told. All right. And you're never, ever, ever alone in your space. So I want you to understand that, you know, they're there hearing and listening for you. Okay. So ask them to show themselves. I think it's really important for you to know that.
All right.
Okay? Yeah.
Teresa
Aw,
asks.
thank you, honey.
Teresa asks, will there be new love coming, and best of luck with the book.
Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, I'm hearing in the summer for you, honey. So it's definitely coming your way. I'm getting Matthew. So if you don't know a Matthew yet, there's a Matthew coming. Yay. Keep me posted.
All right.
Yeah.
Angie Moy X Tar asks, will my son ever talk?
Not the way that you're wanting him to, but I'm going to say the communication is going to improve. And I do feel like there is going to be some technology or some kind of advancements that are going to assist in the communication aspect, but not talk the way that you're wanting him to. Okay, honey? So you're just going to have to get used to working with what you've got, but the communication is there. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Toshua asks, will my wedding ceremony happen this year?
Yes, I do feel like it is going to happen, so you won't have any postponement. That's the word. I'm trying to say the whole word, but only half of it wanted to come out. So yes, it does feel successful this year. Okay, honey? Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys, honestly.
All right. Our next question is from Stacy, who was one of our top gifters, and asks, anything on my energy healing work? Thank you.
Yes, so honey, I want you to get more opened. You're a reader as well. So you're not just a healer, but you can read energy within people. So you know, like if you were to scan somebody's body, you'd be able to tell them where there's an alignment issue or where there's like a medical issue. You know how that works though, like you're not allowed to actually give medical advice other than being like, you know, I see something here, go see the doctor. But I see that you can intuitively see that. So I would work with that, but you're also an empathic healer, honey, which means that you can also heal people's soul. So it's really important that you learn how to use your abilities that way. Okay. So learn tarot or even just what clairaudience is all about so that you can get that information, because it's going to help. And I'm seeing a shift in your work. So if you're doing it now, it looks like within the next 2 years it's going to get really big and it's going to be sustainable for you. Okay, honey? So you're not going to have to work anything else. This is what you're going to be doing for a living. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
Melissa asks, will I ever get pregnant?
Yeah, I'm hearing it's not for a couple of years still, honey. Okay. And sometimes it's just timing. Okay. I would, if I were you, maybe go and talk to a doctor and see if you can just get checked out and see if there's any assistance you may need or some kind of boostment or something like that is what it looks like. Okay. Aw, thanks guys.
All right. Heather asks, please, my grandma recently passed. Any messages?
Yeah, so she's very family oriented. It looks like she's visiting everybody, okay, honey? So I see her making the rounds, very social. She comes through as a social butterfly, so she like knows everything about everyone and is very much in the know is what I'm getting from her, and that's just her way of validating again that it's her. That's a fun one. I love you too. Oh my goodness, those are so cute. So that being said, when you're with family is when I feel her energy the most, okay? So she's very focused on you guys being a tight unit. Please don't forget that, okay? Because that's one thing that she gets fearful of, is that you guys aren't gonna come together like you used to or normally do, okay? So that's just her way of letting you know that like it's important. Family stuff is important, and when you guys are together, her energy is stronger, is what I'm hearing, okay? The message I get, honey, is enjoy your life, because life is meant to be enjoyed, and stay connected, okay? Those were all so fun. Thank you, by the way.
All right. Joanne asks, any messages from my husband, and will I find a new house? And she is a new gifter.
Thank you, honey. So I'm hearing that you will find your new home. It doesn't feel like it's for about 8 months though, okay? So give it some time. The proper home is not ready for you, is what I'm hearing. When it comes to your husband, what I'm hearing is, so you feel the energy is what I get. And it's like you can feel the bed go down. Sometimes you can hear creaking and noises. So that's just him letting you know, hey, I'm here. I do hear knocking and something about your phone ringing. Okay, honey? So that's just his way of validating that he's around. Thank you so much, honey. That he's around. So I do feel that he physically makes an attempt to like actually touch you. Okay, so I'm feeling like, you know, playing with your hair. I'm feeling like the bed going down, and I'm feeling touching. So you're not imagining that if you have been awake for that, okay? Oh, thank you, honey. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I like that one. Oh, that one's my favorite. I can't say. Love butt wiggles.
All right. This question is from our number one gifter at the moment.
Oh, thank you.
Sarah asks, will I get to raise my rainbow baby? Found out I was pregnant. Will this baby make it?
This baby will definitely make it, my love. So you don't have to worry, okay? Definitely going to be a healthy one. Just what I will say is keep your stress levels low, just so that you're not overwhelmed physically. But this one's going to be okay. You don't have to worry this time. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Tiffany asks, any messages from my auntie Ada or grandma?
So I get the sense that your grandma's around more than your auntie is, okay, honey? Your auntie is connected to somebody else, is what I'm seeing. So that just means that she stays there more so than she comes to visit. She comes when you guys are talking about her, but I do get more of the grandmother energy with you, and there's a male energy with you as well, honey. So I don't know who in your family that was male that passed away. Feels like they were in their early 30s when they crossed over, and it does feel like somebody in the military or was in the military. Okay, so you've got a couple of people that check in on you is what I'm hearing. The military person feels like they've been gone for a long time, and then with your grandmother, I mean, she comes and checks in on you because she cares about you a lot is what I hear. I don't know if there's other people, but it feels like I'm really focused on you. All right.
Mm-hmm. This one isn't a question, but someone said, you read for me just over a year ago and were spot on. Thank you. That's
thank
from
you, honey.
Brooke Dibb.
Oh, hi, Brooke.
All right. Yvette asks, anything I need to know? Love, maybe? Please and thank you.
Yeah, Yvette, some things are really going to change for you. This year is kind of get to know yourself, okay? So I'm being really told to get you to go inside and start becoming the person you want to be. No more worrying about what other people think about who you are. You're meant to be who you're meant to be, and that's really what Spirit wants you to step into, okay? And what I'm hearing for you for relationship, it feels like early... I live downtown, so, bound to happen. Anyway, what I'm hearing for relationships is the beginning of next year. You have to do some clearing, working on you and understanding who you are so that you can be at the right frequency for your partner. Okay, this next relationship is a forever relationship, and the person's name starts with an A is what I'm hearing. Keep me posted, okay, honey?
All right.
Yeah.
Farah asks, I'm currently taking college classes I wish not to pursue anymore. What should I do?
Yeah, it looks like you're going to be changing your studies. Let me just see. Yeah. Okay, so they're telling me you need a break. The stress and the pressure is too much is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if you're allowed to do this, but I feel like if you can take this time off and go back in September, I don't know if that's something you're allowed to do, but that's what I'm hearing is like you need to take a break because what you were planning on doing was so much pressure and not realistic for you. And I do hear that you're going to be doing things in a different way. So you're taking an alternative route, getting to where you're meant to be. Okay, honey, if you can take a break because you feel like you're ready to like have a bit of a breakdown. That's how it feels. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Katie, who asks, anything from my grandpa? I love that one.
I know, I love that one too. Yeah, so your grandpa comes through, very cheerful individual, by the way, super smiley, a very light disposition. There's a lot of joy around him. Now, it's funny because I don't know that he was like that in his living state, but that's how he feels now, okay? And so he kind of chuckles about that is what I'm getting. It's like, I'm happy now. Things seem really relaxed around him right now. And I do get the sense that he pops in and out. So with you, again, it's not somebody who's with you all the time, but when you're talking about him or you're thinking about him, he's popping in and he's literally just watching over you, honey. He's just keeping an eye on you. He will help you if you want him to, and he really wants to help you with your stability. So he's very good at finances, I guess. And so that's where he wants to kind of help you to be successful. So how that works is just say to him, hey, can you help me? I give you permission to help me have better finances in my life. And he will actually be able to do that, okay? But you have to give him permission to do it. All right?
All right.
Yeah.
Alyssa asks, will Deb ever sell me the house?
So I get resistance. I think it's better for you if you look elsewhere is what I'm being told. Okay, so don't sit and wait. If there's an opportunity to find something that really suits you, I would. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Okay, honey? All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen asks, was my grizzly bear in the car with me yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Actually, that energy is with you all the time, is what I'm hearing. So it's like always around, and you don't get a moment's peace, is what I'm hearing. So, hey, sometimes they just do that. So it's not a bad thing, right? All the time is what I'm hearing. When they're around. So don't doubt that, okay, honey?
All right.
Yeah.
Danya asks, do you see me getting pregnant anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm hearing 7 months for you, okay, honey? So it's not right around the corner, but it is going to be. So that's like summertime is what I'm hearing. And you got to remember, sometimes the soul wants to have a certain birth date, right? And so it's really what that soul is going to need for their birth sign. So be patient.
All right. Stephanie M asks, what is a good career path for me? Thank you.
Okay, so Stephanie, you're really intelligent, honey. So you need something that's going to stretch your thinker. If you're doing a job that's mundane or a job that doesn't make you think, it's not really a good thing. They're showing me looking at numbers. So I don't seem silly, but I mean, even accounting would be better than doing anything. Like retail's not a good job for you. You could do it, but it's just not. You need something that's going to make you think. Actually, what they're telling me is if you're open to it, going and getting your paralegal license is actually what I'm being drawn to tell you. So I'm going to say that. You just need something that's going to make you think. Plain and simple. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Colleen asks, I am hoping for a message from my dad.
So, yeah, I definitely feel your dad. There's also a younger male energy with you as well. And the message that I get with your dad, honey, is don't take your life so seriously, honey. Relax, allow yourself to enjoy the small things. And, he's a big part of that experience as well. So I do feel him around you quite a lot. And there are other people that he visits, but it feels like with you, there's a loss. And so you pull his energy quite a lot. And that's kind of how it works when they're on the other side. The more that one person hurts, the more they'll come and visit to help with that, okay? And you've been going through some tough stuff, he tells me. So he's just been there to help guide you and support you in that way. This younger energy feels like, it actually feels like a brother. So I don't know if your mom had a miscarriage or what, but it does feel like a brother. And you can go and ask your mom about it. But that energy's around you as well, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Miguel asks, is Brianna the one for me?
It's definitely a good relationship, but I don't think this is the relationship, okay? So this is one that's going to help you open up in a big way, but I do feel like it feels short-term. So when I say short-term, I'm not saying like a couple of months or anything, but it feels like it might only be about 2 or 3 years, and then you're moving on to a vibration that matches you more, okay?
All right.
Thanks for the gifts again, hey guys.
Hannah M asks, any messages from my Nana Marguerite? I miss her a lot.
Mm-hmm. So she presents herself very young, by the way, so she did not feel her age whatsoever. She comes through as very vibrant, very dancey with her energy, which shows me that she just had a zest for life. She really enjoyed her life and enjoyed life altogether. More so when she was younger, because she had different freedoms than when she was older, from what I'm hearing from her. But definitely around you, and you remind her of her is what she says, and so she's very close to you because of that, okay, honey? So just know that she is around. She does tell me that she brings birds to you and she leaves you coins, so those are from her, okay? And you can validate that when you get those experiences. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Beauty, who asks, will I have a baby with Terrance?
Yes, and I'm hearing it's going to be early next year for you guys. Okay? So, yay. You'll be ready, don't worry.
All right.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Christy asks, what does my career look like?
So I don't know if you like doing makeup and you like doing hair, but I'm seeing you doing beautician stuff. So it's like, is that what it's called? Esthetician? That's what it is, yes. So it's like makeup and hair and nails and things like that. You'd be good at it. If you haven't thought about doing it, I would do it because it looks like you'll be really good at it and you'll make pretty good money at it. It's always nice to make people feel good about themselves, right?
All right.
Yes.
Mini Me asks, hi, anything from my stepdad? I miss him so much. I recently had a dream of him.
Yes, and he tells me he does visit you quite often in your dream time, and you guys have a special place that you go in the dream time that you communicate. So it's either like a cafe or somewhere where you sit down and you guys are talking, okay? I would keep a book beside your bed, honey, because you do get a lot of messages from him, and he's going to be there to protect you, is what he tells me, flat out. I'm there, I'm going to protect her, I'm going to keep her safe, I'm going to help her in her life so that she knows that she's always taken care of, and he's always been that kind of energy that he's going to take care of you, honey. It hasn't changed just because his physical body isn't here. It's actually a little stronger when they're on the spirit side of things. So give him permission to help you out because he will. All right.
All right. We also have about 10 minutes
Okay.
left.
Okay. Should I announce my stuff again?
Sure. Yeah, well, I'm looking.
Mm-hmm. So if you do want to book a private session with me, just head to my website under www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Also, if you do want to support in my publishing of my book, The Little Light, you can find that information on the website as well under The Little Light. Like I said, we're trying to hit 2,000 books sold first. That's our first marker. And I'd really appreciate your help. Oh, I should mention too, I have a video pinned about the book. So if you guys don't mind watching and sharing that to help boost it, that would be awesome as well. And I'm also on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you want to support me there, follow me.
All right. Our next question here is from Bridget, who asks, is there anything from my mama or daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Or from my mama daughter?
From mama and daughter?
Yeah.
So I do get that there is a lot of female energy with you, honey. So it's not just your mom and daughter. I get like your grandma, your aunties, great aunties. Like you've got a lot of feminine energy. Your family line, the feminine energy is very powerful. So, use that. That's the main thing I would say. And you've been having dreams is what I'm hearing. And they have been communicating with, they've been, to let you know they're around is like playing with the lights, playing with the phone, kind of making things glitch, dropping you off the internet, they say. So like just taking things and making things kind of wreck, and that's their way of just validating, hey, I'm around. Okay, so talk to them. When you feel a presence, I want you to check in though, because sometimes you're just assuming is what they say. So check in. Who is it right now? They tend to come, your family line, the female ones, it feels like it's like they come all together. There's like 5 or 6 of them. They all come in together to visit with you. Okay, so it's not a bad thing. It's just that that's their way of being like, hey, we're supportive, right? But it's definitely, feminine energy. So I would start working with that energy because it's powerful stuff. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Annie, and she says, hi, Rebecca, Annie here. Will I have any children?
Yes, honey, I hear that you're going to have 2. So be ready. All right. That's a good thing.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Linda M asks, need help moving forward. I feel so stuck.
Yeah, I can feel that energy for you, honey. It's been like that for about the last 8 months is what I'm hearing. And it's really just kind of been cleaning out the old is what I'm hearing. So go inside, honey, get into a meditative state. Use YouTube. There's lots of free meditations on there. And start clearing out the old energy. You're anchoring in old past stuff is what I'm hearing. So I would do some inner child work and do some automatic writing with you to help you move forward is what I'm hearing. And if you don't know what automatic writing is, just get a journal and you just start writing to yourself. The easiest way to do it. And what ends up happening is you start getting this flow coming through, and it's like your higher self comes through, your guides come through, the other side comes through, and it just gives you information. It's going to start moving you in the right direction. It's hard because you've been through a lot in your life and you haven't really been given the skills to move forward from that and cope with that. And it feels like you're very isolated, honey. You're doing this living kind of by yourself. Even if you have people around you, it feels like you're very cut off. So it's going to be about clearing out that old and connecting with the right energies in your space. Once you clear that old energy out, that will be easy to do. Okay, honey? But learn about doing the automatic writing, because they're telling me that that's one of your gifts, and it's an easy way for you to get answers. Okay, honey?
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Andrea asks, is massage therapy my career path?
Yeah, honey, I do see you doing massage therapy, but I'm also hearing reflexology as well, honey. And I would learn about essential oils as well, okay? Because it's going to help you with your standing out, so that you're not just like the same as everybody else. So you're going to do it a little bit more, is what I'm hearing. But I'm hearing like doing the reflexology and almost like acupressure. So you're not just doing just basic massage. It feels like you're doing the whole soul and everything together kind of massage, okay? So bigger. All right.
Jalea or Halea asks, finances, please.
Yeah, honey. So I'm hearing by August things are really improving for you, okay? And it does look like there's a lump sum or something that's going to happen. Like, I don't know if somebody's going to give you it, but it looks like a lump sum is happening in September, or August, September is what I'm hearing, okay? So you're getting ahead, and I'm being told to tell you, put some of that away. So start saving a little nest egg is what I'm hearing, okay? And you don't have to worry, because this is like your last hard year is what I'm being told, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Michaela asks, what career should I seek? Does it involve blogging? Thank you.
So I do see you online, but I'm hearing it's more marketing, okay? So it's like online marketing. So getting your expertise around social media, I think, is the first step for you, okay? And I'm getting validation on that. So definitely that's something that I would look into. And it looks like marketing, like you're going to be helping others do what you want to do on a bigger scale, okay, honey? But you do need some education is what I'm hearing. So you do need to learn about it a little bit. All right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Ruth, who asks, please, any messages from my daughter?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And, you know, I'm going to tell you this. Very genuine, very soft, very sweet energy is what I'm getting. I want you to, so I'm hearing butterflies are something that gets sent to you during the summertime, and during the winter it's a bird that comes to you, okay? And that's just her way of validating that it's her, okay? And I don't know what it is about the flowers, but she keeps showing me flowers, so that's her way of just confirming it's her, okay? And honey, I don't know what she means by that, but okay. I'm just gonna say honey. The energy around her and what she kind of brings to your space, honey, is this gentle, loving softness, okay? And she doesn't want you to be sad. And I know that's hard, but that's the thing, the message that I'm getting is like, it's okay to live your life. You're still here. So don't be sad, okay? And that's really what she's been around trying to reinforce to you. You know, laugh. She misses your laugh is what she says. Okay?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Diana, who asks, when will Brian and I reconcile, and will it be long-term?
So it does feel like you guys will finally, but I don't see that long-term reconciliation till about September for you. Okay, honey? So you may be talking in between, but it's not going to be a reconciliation till then, is what I'm hearing. And it does feel like at least this time it's going to stick. You guys needed some time alone, time away from each other, is what I'm hearing. That way you could find each other again. All right?
All right.
Okay.
This will probably be our last question.
Okay. All right. So if you do want to book a session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. You can go up into my link tree if you want to do it there as well. Also, if you do want to help support my publishing of my book, please go to the website under the little light and read all about it there. And if you can help by boosting the video I pinned, oh, thank you so much, honey. That would be great as well. And I'm on YouTube as well, and on Instagram, so you can find me there as well under Rebecca Dragonheart. All right.
All right. Our last question is from Steve, and he asks, is my late wife Renee still watching over me?
Definitely. And the first thing I heard is you ain't getting rid of me that quick. So definitely she's sassy. That one is very sassy. She's not going to just go away, honey. And she does tell me that she's going to be around for as long as you let her. So she's not going to just up and leave unless you were to tell her is the thing you need to hear. Okay, honey? That is like just the epitome of what she says to me is like, he can't get rid of me. I'm not that easy to get rid of. So she's definitely very much around you, honey. I would pay attention to, I'm hearing songs for you. So she does tend to use music to let you know she's around. So if a car goes by and is playing a song, that kind of thing. So pay attention to that and talk to her more. Say good morning, say good night, let her know, ask her to show you signs because she will. Okay, honey? All right, guys, I will be back on again. If you do want to join my members live, it is on April 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is the last day for you to be able to sign up for that. So you can do that through my website as well. Okay, guys? I will see you again maybe tomorrow or the 1st. One of those 2 days. So if you don't have the little bell turned on, turn it on now so that you know when I'm going to be back on, okay? Love you guys. Bye.
All right.